The Gadget Show Podcast with Jason and Suzi is sponsored by, well, it could be sponsored by you.
Yes, Suzi Perry off the telly is bang on message there, because this little section is where we could be bang on your message. And this little shout out is basically the podcast equivalent of those ads in the urinals, Suzi, at the service station. You've seen those?
No,
where you,
no.
Yeah, you stand there, you know, with a trucker to your right, coach driver to your left.
Might try it.
You should. You should. And there's an advert in front of you, and it says something like, your advert could be here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
That is exactly what we're doing right now. It's a lovely picture that you paint, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. The point I'm trying to make, okay, probably, is that if you put your ad in a service station urinal, then that's, you know, you get what you pay for. That's your audience, okay? Which is fine if you're, you know, advertising anti-fart pants or something.
What?
Yorkie bars. Or I can't say what's in the script. I'm not saying that. Travel Lodge? Why's that in there? What I'm saying is that you need us to help you do your advert here at the start of the Gadget Show podcast. If your audience is tech fans, you know, gamers, early adopters, gadget lovers.
Gadget lovers.
Yes.
See, and if you do get on board to sponsor this podcast, then every subsequent episode will begin with us two repeatedly referencing your business.
That's it, conveying the message that you want to convey.
And endorsing your brand with our brand, if you get what I mean.
We'd love to have you on board.
We would. And we promise not to talk about urinals or anti-fart pants.
But I tell you what, they work. Not urinals, well, they work, but anti-fart pants work. And I tell you why I know that. Because probably about 18 years ago, far longer than I care to remember, we tested anti-fart pants on the bottom of an actual professional fart artist. Fart artist. Mr. Methane, his name was.
Stop it.
No, for real.
3, 2, 1.
I was asked to take one full in the face, and we tried one full in the face without the pants on. Not always, he had pants on. No, he had pants on, but with normal pants on. And then we popped in, I think they had like a charcoal filter anti-fart pants, and I had a second one full in the face, which I took for the team.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe.
Nothing.
No?
No.
Yeah,
they work.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Is that what you give them?
I would give these 10 out of 10, definitely.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
I've actually got some on at the moment. Would you like me to test them?
Yeah, go on. Oh, God. Cue the title music quickly. Well, hello and welcome to the very first Gadget Show podcast with me, Suzi Perry, and him, Jason Bradbury.
Absolutely amazing. 20 years, Suzi, since we first started the show, almost to the day.
Yeah, and actually we have not sat in a room together for 12 years.
Oh my God, that's not right. That's incredible.
And here we are. This is so exciting because we did some amazing things on that show.
We did. I remember actually talking about 20 years back. If I remember correctly, the first episode, you did like a bullet time, like a DIY Matrix bullet time
very DIY
build. No, but it was important because one of the things that we did on the show that no one else had really done before was we used to do our own builds. We would get, you know, existing technology and make something cool out of it.
And we would always use consumer technology.
Yeah.
So that...
What was it? Was it
we had loads of cameras.
Yeah.
But we were basically testing out loads of cameras to see if we could do the shot.
Yes.
I was in the cat suit. Do you remember that?
Oh, the famous cat suit.
Yeah, the cat suit.
Leather.
It's moved house and everything. Still got it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You buff it.
What?
You buff it. Do you polish it?
Oh, no, not really.
No, but you were very athletically leapt.
Athletically?
Yeah, and then just to get the
Did I
image.
jump? Did I do a jump?
You did a jump.
Yeah.
So there was a ring of cameras. I don't know how many, but 20 something was it, or something like that?
Yeah,
No idea.
at least. I think it was
And then
more
we
like
took-
30 cameras we had.
We took stills or multiple stills from all of them, and then did the most god awful edit. I'm imagining for someone to create the effect of Neo doing a bit of acrobatics.
That started it all off.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do on the first
No
show?
one cares. No one remembers what I wore or what I did. I tell you one of the things that I did. I do remember. I don't know whether it was the first episode, But certainly within the first couple of episodes of Series 1, I put a head-up display. I made my own head-up display and put it in my girlfriend's car.
Yeah, I remember that. Now your wife.
Now my wife,
Yeah.
mother to my kids.
Yeah.
Eh? Amazing. And that was emulating the head-up display that, say, a fighter pilot would have, right, in a modern fighter aircraft, but in a car, and people would have watched it and thought, wow, what an amazing idea. And of course now,
Everybody has
if you
it.
buy a relatively high-end, like a BMW or a Mercedes or whatever, it's one of the options you can get, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? All those things we talked about 20 years ago, about half of them have probably gone to market and happened.
Yeah.
And half of them have been, swept under the carpet.
Most of my predictions is what you're talking about in the latter part of your sentence.
Correct.
Like 3D TV, this is going to change everything. But look, I'm going to make one of those predictions right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, seriously.
What you got?
One of the other things that we used to do, if you remember, Suzi, we'd sort of take it in turns to try and blow each other's mind, all right? Mm-hmm. So we'd present something out of a box, unexpected, all right? And then just film the reaction. And that's what we're going to do right now. And I'm going to predict this is going to be pretty mind-blowing. I think you're about to experience something really special. I'm being sincere.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to take my headphones off. Don't
Right.
press that button.
Which one?
That one. Yeah, okay? Right, just 2 seconds.
I'm leaving my headphones on.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Close your eyes, Suzi.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like doing this.
Don't mind my hands.
What are you
Don't
going
mind
to
my
do?
hands.
What are you going to do?
I won't touch you.
Okay.
All right.
I can feel something next to my leg.
Right, ready?
Hello.
Right, I'm putting a headset on you, darling. I want to just tighten that up. Is that tight-ish?
I'm just going to move my fringe,
Yes,
though,
of course.
because...
Probably best.
Yeah. It's been a long time since you've been able to move your...
Oh, my gosh. Look at that. Look at you.
Well, what do you mean?
Can you guess what I just put on your face?
Well, some sort of headset, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, so you are wearing arguably the hottest piece of tech on the planet right now. So what Suzi's wearing is the Apple Vision Pro, which is their premium offering and their introduction to a new thing that they're calling spatial computing. And it looks like she's wearing a pair of ski goggles. Yeah, white aluminium, various fabrics and glass, importantly.
Sexy ski goggles.
Beautiful. You look very, very sexy. I'm not even joking now. I can actually see your eyes, or a virtual rendition of your eyes, coming through the glass in front of me, so that when you are immersed fully, I can actually see your eyes. And that's one of the big pictures that they've made, is they're trying to humanize the idea of someone wearing a VR helmet, which until now makes you pretty exclusive to the environment. What are you looking at right now? Can you describe it to me?
Well, I'm just looking at you.
Nice. Okay. If you click the crown button, you should get some apps, like on an iPhone or an iPad. Except this time,
Oh, yeah, there they are.
they're hovering in the room.
Yeah. Oh, this is extraordinary.
Isn't it? Isn't it, Suzi?
Yeah, it is. So what I can currently see is you very clearly,
Yeah.
and the room that we're in,
Yeah.
with the application icons just
Yeah.
floating in front of you.
Yeah. And interestingly, they're rooted to the spot. And that's important because the competitor to this, which I would suggest is the Meta Quest 3, which is 7 times cheaper than this headset, granted. But it doesn't offer the same ability to route assets like a window of apps to the spot with such clarity. And it certainly doesn't offer the same quality of pass-through.
Yeah, because with anything like this, if anything's moving around or not correct, it makes me feel sick.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the motion sickness thing is a big part of the VR experience. So the apps that you've got are hovering in front of you.
Yeah.
One of them you'll notice is the Photos app. If you could just click on that.
Just by looking at it, or...
Yes, and then clicking your fingers. Yeah, that's right. How cool is that? There you go. There you go. Did you hear? We heard the sound there. So now you've got a gallery of photos. They're actually the photos of the owner of this headset. And you can scroll through. He looks a bit like me, which is slightly disconcerting. It's like me with a beard. It's my friend Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis.
Hang on.
So what Suzi's doing is she's kind of doing a swiping motion in midair. And we're going through the album of different images and videos. There should be a video of a dog.
There was an elephant.
Okay. So you're just intuitively stroking your hands in the air and you're able to move through all of the different pictures top left, there should be a video of a dog.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you see
I can see it, yeah.
Look at that and click your fingers together. Now, I'm guessing this is a spatial video.
He's
Now-
turned into a beautiful dog.
Now, one of the key selling points that they've got for this headset is something called spatial video. So if you've got a current gen iPhone 15 Pro, you can take what are called spatial videos. And so they're videos that have a kind of three-dimensional depth to them.
Yeah.
And if viewed on the Vision Pro, as you are doing right now, you should get a much more immersive viewing experience than you would do with a standard flat video. Would you describe that?
Well, I feel like I'm in the garden.
Amazing.
First of all, and the depth of the garden, the yellow flowers at the back I can see, and obviously this beautiful dog sitting there looking at me.
So
just
Imagine
incredible.
if that's your own pet and it was a particularly memorable place. You're there with people that you love, and you're on the beach with the kids or whatever it be. What they're attempting to do, and I'm not sure how successful it is, it's very subjective, but is to offer a new way of creating memories, more emotional images and video content.
So the idea is, where am I wearing this?
Okay, good question. Did you notice that you probably thought I was trying to give you a cuddle? All right, but what I was actually doing was putting the battery pack, which is tethered via a cable to the side of your helmet, just by the side of you. So ordinarily you'd pop that in your pocket. There you go, you've grabbed it.
So
it's like
yeah.
a slab of aluminium, isn't it? Like a cold slab of aluminium, about the size of a mobile phone, strangely
Well,
enough.
it's like an old iPhone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Size.
Okay, so with that battery pack, which can be chained and increased in power, but effectively you'll get between 2 and 3 hours if you're watching, say, a full movie. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to try and give you a much more immersive rendition of what this is really capable of, okay?
Yep.
What we've got is a dinosaur demo, and I tell you what, I won't explain what it is until you try it, but let's just try and get you back to the main app window. Do we need to close that down first? There you go, right there. So we're back into the app screen. If you swipe to your right, have you found the dinosaur footprint?
Is it Encounter Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Click it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over to you now to articulate what you're seeing as it happens. I'm looking off camera, looking off mic here because I want to see for myself.
There's a butterfly.
Reach your hand out. What's important to understand is that these animals can see you as well as you seeing them. So the butterfly might, I don't know, it might land on your hand.
Oh, it's now opening up to a sort of volcanic, and you've gone, a massive volcanic area with a storm. So that there's a big dinosaur clearly looking for a baby or something to eat. Maybe it's not her baby.
Yeah.
Now seen me. Oh, wow, this is actually quite scary.
Yeah.
No, it's coming. Oh, God. This dinosaur is right in my face. It's quite scary. It come out of the screen. So I've got its head is in the roof of this building, and it's come out of the environment.
Isn't it
So
amazing?
it's in the room with me. It's like it's come out of the film. And there's another dinosaur just over there. Oh, I'm glad that dinosaur's gone, actually.
So what you're experiencing,
Wow, it's amazing,
isn't it?
I'm just trying to describe it, but I'm not giving you the emotion of how that felt, because it did feel very intimidating, and it was the fact that it was in the room. You've got this sort of juxtaposition of knowing you're watching something, but there's something extraordinary hovering right in your face.
So, I'll say this. In the 20 years that we started the Gadget Show, the world of entertainment has changed beyond almost recognition, hasn't it? Television isn't the same as it was before. Everything's streamed now. Ordinary people are superstars in their own bedroom. The next phase of change is going to be movies that are as interactive and as three-dimensional and as depth-filled as that experience you just had. Can you imagine what Spielberg would do with the next Jurassic Park on their sort of technology?
That was actually quite mind-blowing. I think you did use that word before we started, but it really was. I've never seen anything like that. Not where it's really hard to describe,
It's emotional, isn't it?
It is emotional. I mean, you always use the word like immersive when the sound is good and the picture quality is good. But that was more than that. It was so much more, because it's not real, but because it's right there. And that was only a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and imagine all the other experiences that you can get on a device like this, like health apps, workout apps, and importantly, productivity apps. So one of the things that you can do with the Apple Vision Pro is that you can use it as an extension of your desktop. So if you've got a Mac, you can have multiple versions of your Mac. You can have, I'm just waxing lyrical now, but you can effectively have a streaming video service, in the dining room. You can have your health app in the lounge. You can have a massive, 150-inch super high resolution television in your front room. You can grab these apps, open them, geographically locate them all over the house, and augment the real world with all of these amazing virtual experiences.
And obviously very intuitive to use. I mean, I didn't know what you were going to bring in, and I certainly didn't know how to use it. And it only took me, a couple of seconds to kind of work out exactly. But it's incredible how it maps your eyes, and it's just, you don't need any tech, and yet it's all the tech.
Yeah. So what we're going to see, obviously, with the exponential kind of nature of all of this stuff, is that device is going to be half the weight, isn't it, in a few years' time. And it'll still have the same clarity, it'll be half the price, the battery life will have been extended, and you'll be able comfortably to wear it for much longer and do things like yoga by the lake or yoga
in one of these?
I mean, I think so. Not that one, but as they get lighter.
Hang on, can I?
Of course you can.
Can I come out of here?
Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, I see what you mean about sexy ski goggles.
Isn't it though? Don't you think the build quality is exceptional?
It really is. No, that was phenomenal. It really was. That was exactly what we were talking about 20 years ago.
Your hair is all ruched, and you look like you've just had an amazing. You look like you just got off one of those GP bikes that you love so much.
I wonder what you're going to say.
Yeah.
No, that's really
well
cool.
done,
So
Apple.
How much are they? Did you say?
Don't ask.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have to ask, you
Apple
can't afford it.
An Apple price.
$3,500.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, it's obviously it's an experiment. It's a cultural experiment for them. Like, can we make something where money is almost no object, still sell enough units, test all the ideas that we've got, and so that eventually, they haven't said this, but this is almost certainly where they're going, make one that's like 1,500 quid in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
That's what they'll do.
But there is competition though, isn't there? So, Meta Quest 3?
Yeah.
In comparison?
7 times cheaper. 7 times cheaper.
But as good?
Yeah, Meta Quest 3 offers a really similar experience. It offers obviously a massive catalogue of experiences, from all kinds of workouts to, cinematic experiences, and obviously games and all that sort of stuff. Some productivity that's not quite as slick an offering as the Apple Vision Pro. And look, I'm hardcore. I'm absolutely hardcore, as you know. Love this particular sector of the market. Big fan of VR, but I don't have £3,500. I wouldn't be able to get it in the house. I'd be asked to sleep outside.
So I'm sort of asking as well, because obviously Mark Zuckerberg took to the internet recently to basically sit there and say, this is my product and it's much better and this is why.
I don't just think that Quest is the better value. I think that Quest is the better product, period.
It was quite forward, wasn't it?
It really was.
Meta Quest 3, buy my product.
Yeah, why would you buy Apple's when you can buy mine? It's 7 times cheaper and it does basically everything the Apple Vision Pro does. It obviously has so many more games and so much more to offer, and so many more lifestyle experiences, and the same sort of cinematic offering and productivity that you can do on it. And I was quite surprised, because the internet seemed to like that. They seemed to like this kind of automaton.
It was a bit of a weird thing to do, though, wasn't it?
Well, the billionaire, known for not being the most charismatic man on the planet, was actually really passionate about his product. And I quite like that. And it seemed that the internet agrees that, that his point is well made. But having said that, I've got to wear it on my sleeve. I've always been an Apple fanboy, and I've had all kinds of different products over the years. But that product design, that level of luxuriant materials, I mean, look at it. It's an absolute thing of beauty.
With an ethereal noise.
Yeah.
And it's not that one.
No, it is. There's the startup screen.
So diplomatic.
Hey, just start it up again.
Here we go again. This is what you need to do, Apple.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first ever guest on the Gadget Show podcast. It's the world's only toyologist, Pete Jenkinson. Thank you very much. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. It's like two decades past. How did it go? And nobody looks different. In fact, one of you looks younger. We'll see. I'll decide who that is. But I'll tell you later.
I wish it was me. I look like a sock puppet of myself. I like someone put that in a sock
That's a really
and put some white
disturbing
glasses
image.
on it. shoved it full of fabric and bashed it a bit. Now, thank you. Pete, you've brought the contents of one of your toy chests along with you.
Yes, I have. So I've been really keen. I've been tracking trends, as you would expect me to do. And the last couple of years, we've definitely seen a massive shift towards the kidult market. Now, the
Kidult?
true definition of kidult market is kids age 12 plus that are buying toys. But it's really 18 plus that are buying toys for themselves or for other adults. And that market now accounts for 30% of the 3.5 billion UK toy market. So,
billion quid.
yeah, people are jumping on it massively.
Because we need some more fun.
We need fun, we need net retro, we need nostalgia. We want our kids to know what a great time we used to have when we were living more dangerously.
Yeah, weren't we though?
and-
Toys
were
were
we?
lethal in our day.
Oh yeah, but remember them clacker things? Remember the clackers?
There were the clackers. That's just the beginning. I mean,
I was thinking arcade machines and stuff.
Play with the
Do
clackers.
you remember the clacker things? Hey, do you remember them clacker things,
are you
mate?
bringing your clackers around, Suzi, tonight?
I used to dream of Suzi bringing her clackers round.
Yeah, me too.
I used to
having
think,
a
oh,
pregnant- we're
Suzi,
having a
I wish
pause
Suzi
there.
would get her clackers out. Just once. I've got my eye on that, what is it, 308 GTB?
Straight out of Magnum PI,
Yeah.
circa 1982.
Yeah.
With the characters from Playmobil. So they've Playmobil have jumped on the kidult market. So they had the A-Team van, they had the
Tom
Scooby-Doo
Selleck.
Castle, they've got the Porsche 911, and then just fresh out of nowhere, there's the Ferrari from Magnum PI, and the two
at
figures
that.
I've got in there. That's Mr. Selleck and Higgins with his parrot.
Oh my
At the
God.
front. Yeah, the roof shouldn't be at such a jaunty angle.
I'll just say again, what we're looking at is a Playmobil 80s Ferrari. I think it was a 308, wasn't it? Yeah, 308 GTB. And inside, the Playmobil version of Tom Selleck and his regular assistant,
Higgins. Well, yeah, he looks after Higgins, so.
Okay. But the Tom Selleck shirt is so memorable, looking at the
And
Hawaiian
also,
shirt.
Just checking, he's got long trousers on, which is weird because he's always got really short shorts on. Just something I
insanely
noticed.
short shorts.
That might have been part of the licensing agreement. He's like, I don't want to be seen with those budgie smuggler type affairs
Yeah.
on anymore. I need long trousers in these.
No banana
Twilight
hammock is
years
what he
of
said.
mine.
That was the actual
Yeah.
I was quite a fan of
wording.
that. Does this do anything special other than look amazing?
It's one of those shelf-worthy items, and you're watching some retro episodes on TV with that in front, and kind of passing those afternoons away. It's just it's a beautiful thing to do.
It is. I was going to say, people now don't like our, mom and dad's generation would put like ornaments on their shelves. We now put pop culture icons on our shelves, don't we? Like those, what are those pop things called?
The pop vinyls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a character for pretty much every character.
Yeah, there is.
That ever lived.
And so that's that sort of item, isn't it?
Yeah, Lego are doing very much the same. I mean, their growing market is 18 plus. It started with the big Star Wars, the expensive Star Wars builds, and now they've got a 1.2 metre high Eiffel Tower that will cost you 600 quid, or a 900 pound Titanic that comes in 3 boxes. It's that blinking big.
Good grief.
These are all the shelf-worthy things that
Yeah.
are making Lego and driving things forward and becoming. It's back to the shelf-worthy. They're display items.
What's this truck?
So he's Optimus Prime Transformers. They celebrate their 40th this year. It's his first cartoon.
Transformers is 40.
Transformers is 40. Yeah.
How?
I know. We'll just give that a moment
Sink
to
in.
sink in. There's a range of really high-tech toys by a Korean company called Robosen, which are expensive affairs. They've got Optimus Prime, which has got 32 servos inside. It's a wonderful thing, but it's £1,000.
It is. I saw it in Berlin, actually, in the summer. I went to a
you
show
went
called
over?
IFA.
Nice. Yeah.
Almost a bit like the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas, but in Berlin. And they had the whole dancing troupe. There was about 30 of these ones, right? So toy robots
as
in
well.
that
So
instance
amazing, but expensive.
They're actual robots now, as opposed to
toy
toys
robots
of
have
a
become
robot.
real robots, and they perform brilliantly. But they are expensive,
Yeah.
and they're firmly aimed at not just parents with a bit of cash, but parents who've got slightly too much cash to spend on toys and some. So, £1,000 on an Optimus Prime transforming robot is pushing it. You've got to be a really hardcore fan. However, you can get a transforming Optimus Prime robot in the shape of this little truck. At the press of a button does exactly what everybody wants from an Optimus Prime.
Oh! Well, as you can probably guess from the sound effects, that truck just stood up and is now a very convincing Transformers robot, and you can drive them around the table.
And then just simply...
Oh, now it's transforming back into a lorry. Hang on. Hey, you're quite deft on the old controls there.
Oh, I panicked.
It's actually a beauty, that.
Yeah, it's not bad. It doesn't feel too plasticky. I mean, this is a £65
Well,
toy.
I was going to say, interestingly...
And if you were to ask any kid what they want out of an Optimus Prime, or even an adult... That's it. Up, down,
and strangely,
forwards,
something
backwards,
like that seamless transformation...
It was seamless, wasn't it?
...would have, in the 80s, stroke 90s, would have actually been quite difficult for toy makers to pull off.
That's better than it was in the cartoon 40 years ago.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It is, yeah.
Tamagotchi, Furby, believe it or not, they're retro. So Tamagotchi has now become, there's an iteration of it now that is Wi-Fi connected, so you can connect to other people's Tamagotchis. And
so your living little digital creature can populate.
Absolutely. And there's a new one that's Tamagotchi-ish-esque. Tamagotchi-esque.
What have we got here?
Easy for me to say. It's called Bitsy, one of the best-selling toys of last year, America and in the UK. So if you pull the tab up on the top of Bitsy, Bitsy is a LED-driven animal inside the case. You'll see there's a little animal inside there that pops up. And with the spinny lights.
That's so cool.
And essentially, very much like a Tamagotchi, the more you interact with it out of the box, and the more you interact with it, the more it will grow.
So let me just say, so that people listening can envisage this. We've got like a Tamagotchi. Well, we've got almost like, when you present a ring to someone in a box. So you open the lid, and inside is a holographic Tamagotchi.
And not just
is that what you're saying?
It says here there's 15 pets in each pod.
There is. So as you nurture and grow your Bitsy pet, you can open and access up to 14 other ones. So you have 15 pets in a box. 15 LED holographic pets in a box.
So, Pete, why is it still in the box? Are you taking it back?
Well,
have you got the receipt?
I do have the receipt, yeah, I'm sorry. So, yeah, if you couldn't tug that tab too hard, that'd be great. Thanks very much.
Just as a general rule in life.
Yeah, hell yeah. Can I ask a serious question? Have they AI'd it yet? Are there toys that are being sold as AI enhanced?
Yeah, there is one from Mattel called Pictionary, which you draw a figure in the air and you're supposed to guess.
Great. Yeah.
And
if we played that, we'd probably fall out.
Really?
I was so competitive.
It's a damn fine game. So they've tried to jump. So Mattel have tried to jump.
What, you've got it in your hand?
Yeah.
Why would you play it?
He's got it in his hand.
Playing this.
But this wasn't rehearsed. I just said there's an AI thing in toys, and he blooming pulls it out of his sack.
It's not real.
It just happens to be
Santa's sack. Pete's sack.
Never-ending satchel of toys.
It's incredible.
So Pictionary versus AI. So you play it with the Pictionary app goes on your phone. You play it competitively, 2 to 4 human players versus AI in its not truest form. Because it wouldn't cost you £24.99. But it's a damn fine game. So you've got basically you pull the card out as you do with Pictionary. You've all got to draw something, and you're drawing on a transparent board, which is being read by the AI and your camera on your phone. So the AI gets to have a guess as well. So you're playing against the AI to see whether it can guess your drawing better than your other players. It's quite good. It's pretty intuitive, and it's not very expensive. It's probably the cheapest and most accessible form of AI out there right now.
I did not expect
toy companies are trying.
That's extraordinary.
And it's also really great to hear that toy companies are doing well.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing better than physically playing with a toy, is there?
No.
Whatever age you are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it?
It just takes you back, doesn't it?
Well, what can I say? You are the toyologist. Which one of those buttons does the cheer? I don't know which one it is.
It's my button.
Yeah. Pete Jenkinson, ladies and gentlemen, toyologist.
Okay, I've got something for you now that I'd like your opinion on.
Yeah.
Dyson, what are they famous for?
Well, I mean, vacuum cleaners, airflow, anything to do with airflow, hand dryers. Hair dryers.
Hair dryers. Not that you would have any.
Thank you.
No. Moving forward.
Thank you very much.
We didn't last long, did we?
I've got a very expensive fan, actually, in the house. Cost me a fortune, but it filters all the air in the house.
Air filtration,
Yeah.
which leads me nicely to the Dyson Zone headphones.
Beautiful.
So these are headphones, which I'll put them on.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me take these off. So they look pretty cool.
Yeah, they look lovely. They're sort of, well, how would I describe them? A kind of charcoal blue, beautiful colour actually.
Yeah.
Is that aluminium on this on the side?
Yeah, also something on the side here that I can show you. No, you've mentioned it.
Oh my
See that?
God! So she's just taken off the shroud, the outer aluminium section, which is perforated, and inside is something like the filter on my my vacuum at home.
And that is what it is. It's an air filter, which is basically in your ears. It filters the air that's coming in. So there's
Yeah.
a fan which draws the air in.
Yeah.
And then it goes
I love
through
it.
here. No, I can't. Might need a bit of a mirror to do this.
She looks to me now. What was that kid's robot? Do you remember the white and black one? Robo Sapien. Do you remember Robo Sapien?
Robo Sapien.
You look a bit like that Robo Sapien kids robot, like a robot from a science fiction movie.
That's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's quite rave culture.
Okay.
Not what I'd expect from Dyson, if I'm absolutely honest. What Suzi's got on her head is a pair of high-quality headphones made out of metal and some very high-quality materials in a sort of charcoal blue with a beautiful aluminium case on the outside. And then around the front of your face, your mouth, and just below your nose is a kind of, I don't know, what would you, like a science fiction air filter robot face.
It's sort of a mask in a way, although it's not covering your whole face. Obviously, it just reaches just before your nose.
Yeah.
And you can drop it down so you can probably hear me better.
So it's
A bit
hinged.
like a motorcycle helmet that's hinged.
That's
it's
a beautiful
like the bottom
description.
bit.
It's like the bottom jaw section of a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, and the idea is that the air gets filtered through, so you breathe in clean air. Effectively, that's the USP of these headphones.
Sorry for butting in. So right now, when you have it up, can you feel air being
Yes.
blown into your nose?
Yes, and you can hear it as well. You can hear the fan happening. But if you're listening to music, they've put in extra noise cancellation for when the fan kicks in. So they have kind of thought of that. So you know, it's like, oh, I want to listen to music, not a fan. Well, you don't hear the fan actually when you've got your music on.
So you could say that it's not a fan of music. No, but what I will explain is if you're listening to this podcast, you'll notice that Suzi's voice is muffled, and that's because this arrangement is in front of your mouth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in front of my mouth, and when I remove it, they can hear me clearly. And the fan turns off as I drop the mask down.
So let me just say, I would feel a little self-conscious in this device.
I know, I do. Yes. I mean, it would take some catching on, really, wouldn't it? Because I think we all, during the COVID era, got sick of, walking around with a mask on, but we got used to it. And now, obviously, this was kind of...
That's what we needed.
With that in mind, this is a purifying the air. It doesn't stop viruses, though. So it's not going to stop colds and COVID and things like that. But what it is going to do, the dirt in the air that's coming out of cars, that kind of diesel pollution that's often quite high in cities, it will filter that out. It will enable you to breathe in much purer air.
Can I give it a go?
Yeah, of course you can. See, that's a slight issue for me, that. The build, it's this connecting, the bottom bit, the mask, connecting to the headphones themselves. It's
a bit of a design fault. Wow.
It feels a bit Mickey Mouse. I mean, they're great headphones.
Okay, so I've got several pairs of noise cancelling headphones back at Shea Bradbury, and that's the sort of international standard click. I'm probably shouting because it was so good. The noise cancellation is
It's amazing.
Excellent. I have to say, I do love the way they feel.
I mean, you can just wear them as a pair of headphones, obviously.
Do they
if
look
you want
okay?
to. Yeah, they look great. They're quite spenny.
One of your hairs on
550
me.
quid.
How much are they?
Yeah, 550.
I mean, that's proper top-end, high-quality hi-fi money, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've got this USP.
Can I try that?
Yeah, of course you can.
I'm really interested to see if
You will feel the air. Oh, you've dropped the side off. That's probably my fault.
I just dropped the side cup.
Which has got the filter in the ear. Right.
Have I got it on?
Yeah.
Sure, that's in there. It's not in there, is it? Oh, no, Suzi, I've got it.
Okay, it's
It's in there.
clipped.
Yeah.
Right. So can you feel the
I
airflow, and can you hear the fan?
Okay. Now listen. Right. This is important because there's a thing that happens in this business of reviewing technology. Not always, but sometimes, when you actually experience the product,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a revelation.
Yeah. You
I'd like. Yeah.
Drop that down now so everybody can hear you properly. There you go.
I'd like to say that that's what happened to you today with the Vision Pro, right?
Absolutely.
What just happened to me then is suddenly I felt the kind of instant flow of air around my nostrils, around my mouth, and I kind of got the point of this thing. It's about filtering the air, feeding clean air to you in an environment where it might not be otherwise clear, yeah?
Yeah.
Otherwise
so,
clean.
You know, if you're sitting on a train, if you're sitting on a plane, if you're in the tube, if you're walking down the street in a city, those kind of spaces.
On a hot day, Suzi.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I try the ultimate test of all face masks?
Put your
related
glasses
tech?
on.
Put my glasses on. Will they steam up? Can you imagine during COVID?
But they won't steam up because you've got the space around your nose and everything.
Yeah,
so it's
you're
not,
right.
Yeah.
That in itself, honestly, I'm not joking. One of the worst experiences for me was every time I had to wear a mask and I went out, my glasses would steam up because I've got massive glasses, right? I went into the glasses shop. I said, I'll have that pair, please. He said, I'm sorry, sir, that's a shop window. I went a couple of sizes down. So these bad boys would steam up. And look, they haven't steamed up, have they? Because of the airflow. Hey, you know what? I really like it.
See, for me, the drawback is it's quite expensive. As it, you know, Dyson products are premium products, and you pay for them. I think that it's a lot of money for a pair of headphones.
Oh, but I could get into this airflow, honestly.
But that's the USP. No, there's no other product like it.
I have to say the filtration device, right, did look when you were wearing it to me and trying to assemble it a little bit plasticky.
Bit clunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the build of the actual headphones is great.
Top quality. But I'm guessing it's so that they're light and they don't fall off and you're not wearing some great big heavy gubbings over your face. So do you know what I think we should do? I reckon you should put them back on.
Yeah.
We should go outside because we happen to be in a rather, well, I don't want to be mean to Birmingham. It's a beautiful city, but it's polluted in the centre.
Yeah, of
We're
course it is.
surrounded by polluting vehicles. Let's give it a test. Chuck it on your face. I'll film you and we'll see what, not only what you think, but what people think of you.
Well, we'll get a reaction, won't we? Because it looks so unusual having that piece across the bottom of your face. And I think the thing is with headphones as well, especially with something like this, you do want to look cool. You know, when you put a pair of headphones on, you want to know that you look all right in them, don't you? We're all vain, aren't we? We know we don't want to wear if you had the greatest headphones in the world, but you looked a bit, you wouldn't wear them, would you?
Yeah, it's true. I agree. I think headphones are fashion accessories. So let's go and put these on the streets on one of the coolest people I know.
Who's that?
Well, I don't know if she can actually make it, so you might have to do it.
I'll just be the standard as usual. Come on, let's go. What do you think?
He was having none of it. He was off. He thought she looks weird. Yeah, no, you look like you just dropped in from Mars.
Because you see, the idea is that you can actually run in it, you could jog in it.
No, they're not saying that.
No, they are. And then the filters work more as you run faster, and you get more clean air.
Seriously, they're advocating that you run in that.
What do I look like? If I'm...
You look like a total knobhead. Okay, I was a little bit concerned for what you might look like out there, but you nailed it. You look good.
You think so?
Yeah, they're not as silly as I thought they
Especially
might
running.
be.
Oh,
Running,
always,
not so sure.
Always look good when I'm running.
You didn't sell me on that you could run in those great big things. But having sampled it before we went out, yeah, sincerely, you're crying, by the way.
I know, because I've been laughing so much.
Having sampled it in the podcast, in the Gadget Show podcast studio.
I still can't believe
I know.
we're in the same room.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's nice.
It works well.
You know what? We should actually do this.
What, as a show?
We could do this as a podcast.
Do you know how
and
we can
show.
do? You know how we can do that. With your help, all right, with the help of the viewers, the listeners, the gang, the posse. And the way you can help us is by supporting our Patreon. Head over to our Patreon page. The details are in, I don't know where they are, they're somewhere. Have a look for them. And we've got some fantastic tier rewards if you come and join the community. Be part of the family.
Be part of the gang. Put the band back together
We're
again.
back.
We're back.
So, because Suzi is the Queen Cougar of Cougarhampton, there's only one phrase that we can use to sign us out. Are you ready, Suzi?
I don't know.
To the other bit. Oh. Hey, Dudley.
Oh, that's all we've got time for today.
Yeah.
So, see you next time.
See you next time.
The Gadget Show podcast with Jason and Suzi was presented by Jason Bradbury and Suzi Perry off the telly. It was produced by Ewan, Keil and Tom Clint and is a North One production.